From a distance, Saturn is the serene, jeweled giant of our solar system. It's a world of calm. Butterscotch-colored clouds and rings so perfect they almost look fake. But that calm is just a mask, because hiding in Saturn's atmosphere is a storm that breaks all the rules of weather as we know it. A storm so geometrically perfect it looks like someone designed it. A tempest that has been raging for decades, maybe even centuries. For years, NASA pointed its probes at this bizarre storm, and the data they got back didn't just baffle scientists. It revealed that what they thought was a simple weather pattern is something way more complex and, honestly, a little terrifying. What you're about to see isn't science fiction. This is a real image of a storm that shouldn't exist, and it's just the tip of the iceberg of the chaos hiding beneath Saturn's peaceful exterior. When NASA's Voyager mission first zipped past Saturn back in the early 1980s, it sent home pictures that scientists are still trying to wrap their heads around. There, at the planet's North Pole, was something that had no right to be there. A massive six-sided jet stream. They called it simply the hexagon. This wasn't a messy, swirling vortex like a hurricane on Earth, or even the Great Red Spot on Jupiter. This was a structure with impossible geometric precision. And let's talk about the scale of this thing. The hexagon is about 20,000 miles, or 32,000 kilometers across. You could line up 4 Earths inside of it. The winds in this jet stream scream along at a blistering 300 miles per hour. And right in its center, spinning like a cosmic drain, is a hurricane whose eye alone is 50 times larger than the eye of an average Earth hurricane. It's a storm inside a storm, a nested nightmare of incredible power. For decades, this was one of the solar system's biggest puzzles. Storms are supposed to be chaotic. They're not supposed to form perfect, six-sided shapes that stay stable for over 40 years. It wasn't until researchers started building new models of the gas giant's deep atmosphere that a likely theory finally took shape. They figured the hexagon isn't just some shallow weather event. It's actually the surface echo of gigantic currents of gas rising and falling deep below the clouds we can see. These deep flows essentially pinch a powerful jet stream from the sides, forcing it into this bizarre, six-sided wave that gets locked in place. But even with that figured out, the sheer complexity is nuts. When NASA's Cassini spacecraft got a closer look years later, it found the system was even more intricate. The hexagon isn't just one storm. It's a multi-layered structure stretching hundreds of miles deep into the planet. It contains dozens of smaller vortices, some even spinning in the opposite direction of the main storm. It acts like a barrier, separating particles in the atmosphere, and it even changes color with the seasons, turning from blue to a smoggy gold in Saturn's summer. Yet through it all, the shape holds a perfect, unnatural, and deeply weird geometric feature that is totally unique in our solar system. But as wild as this permanent storm is, it was a temporary, much more violent event that would completely shatter our understanding of Saturn. When Saturn exploded, the hexagon is a kind of controlled chaos. But in December of 2010, something new started brewing. It began as a small white spot but grew with a ferocious, explosive energy that stunned astronomers. This was a great white spot, a type of megastorm that erupts on Saturn about once every 30 Earth years. But this one was different. It was angrier and grew faster than any storm seen before it. Within just a few months, the storm had become a monster of planetary size. Its head was as large as planet Earth, and its tail of white clouds stretched and stretched until it had wrapped itself entirely around Saturn's circumference, a distance of nearly 20 miles, about 300,000 kilometers. It was so huge that amateur astronomers could see it from their own backyards. For 8 months, Saturn was engulfed. During that time, temperatures in Saturn's stratosphere shot up by an incredible 150 degrees Fahrenheit. The storm was pumping a ridiculous amount of energy into the upper atmosphere. But the most mind-blowing discovery came when NASA aimed Cassini's instruments inside the storm clouds. What they found there was something scientists had theorized, but had never actually seen on Saturn. For the first time, they detected the unmistakable signature of water ice. This discovery was a game-changer. Our models of Saturn's atmosphere say it's supposed to be neatly layered like a cake. At the top, there's a haze, then a layer of ammonia ice, then ammonium hydrosulfide clouds, And only way down, under crushing pressure, is a layer of water ice clouds. This water was supposed to be hidden, buried more than 100 miles below the visible cloud tops. It shouldn't have been anywhere near the surface. The 2010 superstorm had acted like a colossal atmospheric volcano. Incredibly powerful updrafts, starting from deep inside the planet, had punched straight through the upper layers, dredging up material from the depths and blasting it into view. As water vapor rose into the cold upper atmosphere, it condensed and froze. Cassini's instruments showed that the storm clouds were a mix of this water ice, ammonia ice, and a mysterious third substance. This was the smoking gun. It proved that the engine for these titanic storms was the condensation of water. Hidden deep inside the planet, the placid golden giant had just shown us its violent secret, raining jewels and liquid gas. If a storm that can dredge up a planet's hidden water supply sounds crazy, get ready to go deeper, because what scientists now believe is happening in the crushing interior of Saturn goes way beyond weather and into the realm of extreme physics. It starts with a theory that helps explain a long-standing mystery: why Saturn is so darn bright. Saturn actually radiates more than twice the energy it gets from the sun. For decades, scientists couldn't quite figure out where this extra heat came from. The leading theory is something called helium rain. The idea is that deep inside Saturn, the immense pressure and temperature turn hydrogen and helium into a strange liquid. Deeper still, the liquid hydrogen becomes metallic. At this point, the helium separates from the hydrogen and, being denser, begins to rain down through the metallic hydrogen. As these helium droplets fall, they release gravitational energy as heat, making Saturn glow. It was a great theory, but for a long time that's all it was. Then scientists at a lab managed to replicate the conditions inside Saturn. They squeezed a hydrogen-helium mixture between two diamonds and zapped it with one of the most powerful lasers on Earth. The shockwave compressed the mixture to the same insane pressures and temperatures found deep inside Saturn, and they saw it happen. The mixture abruptly changed, showing that the helium was separating from the hydrogen. It was powerful experimental evidence that helium rain is a real phenomenon that can occur inside Saturn. And it might get even stranger. Some planetary scientists theorize that Saturn could be home to an even more precious kind of rain: diamonds. The process is theoretically pretty straightforward. Saturn's atmosphere contains methane, CH4. The incredibly powerful lightning strikes from its superstorms could break that methane down, releasing carbon. As this carbon, basically soot, falls toward the core, the pressure builds. First, it's compressed into graphite. As it falls deeper, the immense pressure could transform the graphite into solid diamonds. While this is still a theory, and the evidence is even stronger for planets like Uranus and Neptune, the fundamental physics suggest it's possible on Saturn too. Scientists speculate these diamonds could grow large, maybe even miles wide, becoming what some have called diamond bergs. Deeper still, the pressure and temperature are so extreme these solid diamonds might even melt, creating a layer of liquid diamond rain. And to top it all off, we now know Saturn's atmosphere is directly influenced by its famous rings. Studies have confirmed the existence of ring rain, where charged water particles from the rings spiral down the planet's magnetic field lines and fall into the atmosphere, changing its chemistry and temperature. It's an incredible example of how a planet's rings can actively change the planet itself. From perfect geometric storms to planet-wrapping explosions and rains of helium and diamonds, Saturn has proven to be one of the most dynamic and bizarre worlds in our solar system. If you find these cosmic mysteries as fascinating as we do, make sure you hit that subscribe button and ring the bell for more deep dives into the secrets of our universe. When we look up at Saturn, we see an object of serene beauty and perfect order. But what NASA and other researchers have found is that this is just a beautiful lie. Beneath those placid cloud tops is a world of unimaginable violence and exotic physics. A storm that looks like it was designed by an architect has been spinning for our entire lifetimes. A superstorm erupted with enough force to churn up water from 100 miles down, proving that Saturn's storms are powered by water, just like hurricanes on Earth. And deep in its core, a continuous rain of liquid helium and potentially solid diamonds challenges our very understanding of what a planet can be. The data sent back from probes like Cassini hasn't just shown us a storm. It has revealed that Saturn is a complex, interconnected system where its rings, atmosphere, and core are locked in a constant, violent dance. The jeweled giant isn't calm. It's a laboratory for chaos. And it leaves us with one haunting question. What other impossible secrets are the gas giants still hiding?